Well, I see recording. Okay, it is the 20th, 20th of February, 2020. WIKISPEED Standup. Go ahead, Lauren.
It's Lawrence Salter, Gabriel Island, British Columbia, Canada. In the past week, yeah, the one thing I did was that light burned out over my desk where I do everything with computers and everything. Or rather, I didn't realize that the dimmer has stopped working because I can plug my LED light bulb in a different place and it lights up great. But where the dimmer is, I didn't realize that dimmer had stopped working. So I was So anyway, I bought a lamp that I like. It has it's a floor lamp. It shoots one up to the ceiling. It has another one on a gooseneck, so you can use it as a desk or other work light. I bought another one of those because the place is fairly seriously dim. I keep lights, especially in British Columbia at this time of year. So I did that, and not much else. And coming week again, okay, paperwork. So there's like 4 things. 2 of them are the paperwork for the reporting, charitable reporting, and I'm kind of cleared the decks, or rather, the top priority will be your receipts when they come. And I'll have to dig out how I did that, but I have a copy of last year's. And also the extreme manufacturing service mark. That's probably got 7 or 8 months left on it. And then I want to do a generic kind of Raspberry Pi, Blinky things, and specific playing around with the rock crawler. So that's what I'm hoping for the coming week. I would say probably I'll get 2 of those done. I'd be happy. And blocks are, basically I'm in a mode where I'm just going to get through the winter. A lot of flu going around, and so I'm thinking just stay healthy. And so when it does warm up and get a little bit easier, I'm going to go ahead then. And that's it for me this week.
Okay, it's Michael Wolchuk from Saskatoon, Canada. Last week, I have written down that I posted the video for the stand-up. I'm starting to wonder if I did. I think I did. If I didn't, I will post it with this one. And noodling around, I found a laser distance measuring device for about $30. The reason I looked for it is because we had a vendor come in and show us a measuring tape that you just sat on your desk and you hit the button and it gave you a distance. Now this is nothing new. We've had those for a few years. What was new about it was, first of all, he wasn't trying to sell it. He was actually using it for figuring out how much cable we were going to have to pull. And second of all, it was $25 from Home Depot. So that's what led me to take a look on Amazon and eBay for it. And we can apparently get 4 meters of distance measurement off of an uneven surface, like non-reflective surface, for about $30. If we're willing to go down to 2 meters, we can get the same kind of unit, just 1 generation older, for about $15. So I think that's probably something I'm going to investigate. Maybe I'll get one ordered. By the time we actually put it onto Little Red Wagon, it'll probably be worth $10 or something. But 4 meters is enough time for Little Red Wagon to react, and probably about as far as we reasonably need to look. Unless it's going 15 miles an hour, it's not going to need to look any further. So the Arduino or the Raspberry Pi can react in way under that amount of time. It can react. I think they were talking about measurements 50 hertz, and the Raspberry Pi, I believe, can respond in microseconds. So the control should be more than enough to slow down and avoid running into stuff. Anyway, that was interesting. Next week, I'm hoping to get some stuff on my list. I guess I'll call a block my basement is sort of in disarray because of renovations, and I need to get a cupboard out of the way and a sink hooked up and a couple of other things in order to get to my workspace, which sort of is a block, I guess, on getting some of this stuff done, because I don't actually have a workbench to work on. But it's not really something that you or anybody else could help me with, so I kind of struggled with whether to count that as a block. But yes,
I can commiserate, because my desk is all full of stuff because I haven't had enough light to really want to go over there. So
I have enough. I have enough light. I just can't make my way over there.
Yep.
Anyway.
There's tasks to do, things to do on the way.
Yes, and the things to do that are blocking me from getting to that, honeydew list, not wanting to clean, et cetera, et cetera. I seem to have an aversion to plumbing right now. I've been doing enough plumbing in the last little while that I just don't even want to think about it. So.
Thing about plumbing is you can't stop halfway. You can't stop at any point.
No, you have to take it to a point where it sort of works.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for me for the week.
Okay.
Back to you.
All right, so I'm going to give myself a 3. I did identify something that was actually that was like a block, that light not working, because I was thinking, oh, I need to change the bulb or whatever, but I finally tested it, and so I need to change I want to get rid of that dimmer and replace it with a switch. And let's see, a team is I'll say 7.5. And the process improvement, gonna hold off on that for now, except maybe that sometimes it's good to wait. So that's it.
Okay. I'm going to give myself probably a 6, because even if I did do 2 points worth of stuff, that's still not the 3 I was trying to get done. Team, I'm going to go with a 6, because we're not moving forward. We're kind of treading water. And process improvement, again, I will cop out and say, well, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. So I guess that wraps us up, and we're on to Crosstalk, if there's anything you'd like to talk about.
I really can't think of much, excepting, what was it? Oh yeah, the question.
Mm-hmm.
The Home Depot electronic tape measure, hackable.
I don't think it's worth hacking, because buying the module brand new without having to desolder it and stuff is under $30. So it might be, but some of the stuff that comes out of China, even between production runs, they change stuff. So I don't know that you'd be able to reproduce it anyway. So if we're looking for stuff.
No, I was not talking about reverse. I was talking about just getting the output from it into the, so leave it as is intact, except can you run can you run the output into as an input into the Python?
Yeah, he wouldn't let me take it apart. So I don't know for sure, but there is an LCD display.
Yep.
So I am assuming that some of the pins can be monitored with an Arduino or a Raspberry to tell what the distance is.
Yep.
The decimal is very important, and the decimal moves. So if you're less than, I think he had it in feet. If you're less than 9 feet, you got 2 decimal places. If you're over 10 feet, you got 1 decimal place. So you need to know that.
Yep.
Plus the digits. So like I said, you can. I'm not sure. That's why I looked for the parts that are actually used to make the thing to see whether I could find something that was reasonable. The 4 meter distance, I think, is enough for us. There is a 50-meter module, but in quantity 1, Amazon, the best price I could find was about 120 bucks.
Right.
So at that point, it would be worth hacking the electronic tape measure. But again, by the time you finished hacking it, you might be able to buy it off the shelf for $25 or $30. So I'm not, like, it moves so fast. I don't know that it makes a lot of sense. But
yeah, I'm meaning to buy it off the shelf, but then get the input. So maybe I'm not communicating right.
If you buy it off the shelf and then you hack it so that you make the Arduino click the button and take the measurement, and then you get the number back, it's not a serial output. It's just driving the LCD. So you have to hack into the LCD and either monitor pins or reverse engineer the protocol.
Right.
By the time you finish doing that, you might be able to buy the module that it's using for the distance measurement.
The module that's already got all the specs and everything for you. Got it.
Right.
I understand.
Yeah. And the other thing, of course, is because it's consumer stuff, you might be able to buy one in Home Depot, and I might be able to buy one in Home Depot right now, but in a month, it'll be a different model, and you'll have to reverse engineer it again.
Yeah, right. So some more research on them and see how they compete with. And so then the question is the little things we've got, the 10 LEDs and the receivers.
That's for direction. That's not necessarily for distance, but yeah.
Oh yeah. So, I mean the
sonar.
Yeah. So those aren't. Let me think here. So you can put the beacon beside it and set it up as a distance thing, right?
That's not what I was planning to do, but I guess you could, yes.
And I mean, they sell, as I was saying with the robot I did in 2000. They sell a little thing with an emitter, infrared emitter and receiver.
Yep, but it's
like 2 eyes, but it's really 1 eye.
But it's quite short distance, and like dark fabric like black jeans, it's not going to react well with, right? Whereas this laser thing that we played with this afternoon, I actually pointed it at a guy's coveralls, and it read well, which surprised me.
Yeah, okay.
So the sensors are getting better all the time.
It was under 18 inches when I was what I was working with. So.
Yeah, and I mean, you might be up to 2 feet now, but I mean that will depend on what you're wearing, right?
Yeah, right. So it's like an obstacle detector, but not
not a long range one.
Not for something that's going fast.
Right.
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did want to say that I am still really committed to this. Frustrated that I haven't done more, but similar to you, life is kind of other things I got to do are happening. But this is a pretty high priority for me
Okay.
at this point. Same as you, you know, another year or so. See
Yeah,
what I can get done.
I expect that I'll be spending a fair bit more time on it in the summer.
Yep.
Um,
Okay.
I'm still trying to convince myself that or my wife that I'm retiring at the end of June. So we'll see.
Okay. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. We will talk to you next week.
Yep.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, I gotta walk over here and shut this off.
So we started a company from scratch with an idea and endless hours. Today, that makes him the only Democrat in the race who's created 20,000